Welcome to Happy Hour, guys. This is another episode of the Filmaholic here. So we got some cool news stories for you guys, some interesting ones, and some really fucking disappointing ones. The first story I'm going to start off with is obviously from tonight, and it's not really like a movie type news. It's not really movie news. It's a show, and that is the show on Disney Plus, the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, right? Can't really express how excited I've been for this show. It's like the number one spinoff Star Wars thing that I've wanted to see since Disney bought Lucasfilm and started making these new Star Wars films. Don't really know why we never got this as a show or a movie to begin with. But they finally announced it as a show this year. They were taking like the old script from the film that had already been written and pretty much adapting it to a show. We got the writer of Drive. He came in and he was like, he wrote out the episodes, which I think was originally supposed to be 6 episodes. I don't know if they ever really said if it was 6 or 8, but I saw some stories today saying 6, whatever. He wrote those episodes. You got Deborah Chow directing, Ewan McGregor coming back as Obi-Wan. We don't know what else was happening in the show. There were some rumors of Jar Jar with a beard, right? Probably Liam Neeson as Force Ghost, Qui-Gon, and a young Luke. That's kind of what we kind of got from the show so far. Tonight, we got some really disappointing news. Actually, let's go back a little bit. There had been reports a week or two ago that there were problems with the show, right? And like people started getting worried, and then they kind of shot those reports down and like, no, everything's cool. It's just we have some change in like scheduling stuff, but everything's cool. Everything's not cool. We're once again in more fucking problems with Lucasfilm and Star Wars. Seems just like nothing can go right over there at this point. So it's been put on indefinite hold. Doesn't mean it's canceled. They're saying it's not canceled. That what is happening is they're going to rewrite some of the episodes because Kathleen Kennedy is not happy with the story. Okay, first of all, I don't trust anything like as far as what Kathleen Kennedy thinks is right for the story of Star Wars at this point, because she shit the bed with overseeing this new trilogy, especially the end of it, but really the whole trilogy because of it being directionless. I don't think she was that involved with Mandalorian. I think that was more Jon Favreau, who they trusted in, both her and Bob Iger, and probably the other board members of, whatever at Disney, because look at everything that Jon Favreau has given them so far with Jungle Book and Iron Man and what have you, Lion King.
A lot of money.
Yeah. So I don't think she was that big of a part. I know she was a producer on Mandalorian. I don't think she was that big a part, but she apparently definitely is having oversight on Obi-Wan and isn't liking the direction that they're taking it, which I read some article later saying that the direction of the Obi-Wan show, the reason they are changing it was that it was too similar to the Mandalorian and that the show was going to be focusing on Obi-Wan looking after Luke. Now, first of all, I don't see how this is too much like the Mandalorian because he's not going to be like taking Luke on missions and shit with him like Baby Yoda. Like, if he's looking out for him from a distance, that's what he should be doing. Like, that's what he was doing for 19 years. Now, there's other stuff they could put in the show that we don't know about, but overall, that's what we know that he's been doing for 19 years. Now, if the script was him taking like Luke on a mission, or what if like it really was focused on him like protecting Luke like the Mandalorian's protecting Baby Yoda, if that was the case, then sure, maybe do some rewrites. But I really don't think that is like the big issue. I feel like she just didn't like something about it, and Rise of Skywalker did not get good reviews. It's going to be the lowest money-making film of the new trilogy. Now, it's still crossing $1 billion, so it's not a financial failure at all. But that is something to think about. That there was decline there. I don't even know why she's still overseeing things, while we haven't got someone else who in there at least to work with her. It's just very frustrating. So now the crew member and everything have been sent home because it is on the indefinite hold. And other reports, now I don't know if this is true because I don't know who officially is putting all this stuff out, but the other reports is that not only are they doing rewrites, but they're cutting it down from 6-8 episodes to only 4 episodes in this show. When they come back and they do actually make it, it's going to be only 4 episodes. Yeah.
I mean, it'll make sense. Like an hour long.
Even with that, like, if that's the case and they're only an hour long, it's almost to the point where I feel like you just should have just made this into a movie then. I don't even know why we're doing it as a show anymore.
Look. I mean, there are some positives to pick up from this. Like, they learned their shit. They're kind of like, okay, just like, like they're taking their time with it. But the negative with it, and it's the main foundation of the building we're trying to construct here, is Kathleen Kennedy. We don't know if, like, we're not sure to trust her, basically.
Yeah.
Like, the only optimism we have is just like, okay, they're being serious, but the overseer at this is Kathleen Kennedy.
Right. And we look at the past problems, like everything pretty much we've had issues with in the making. Even going back to Rogue One, different writers were brought on. Gareth Edwards didn't really, I don't think, oversee the final version of Rogue One. I think it was other people that came in and he just played ball.
Was the first cut like too dark?
I think so. I mean, I don't really know, but that's what
nah.
Yeah.
They were like, nah, we're trying to sell some action figures.
And so not only it's delayed, it's apparently been reduced to 4 episodes. But now they're not only just doing like rewrites. Apparently, from what I've read, they're hiring a new writer in general. Like, they're going to get a new writer to come in and do this instead of the guy who wrote Drive. I'm sorry, I don't know his name at this point, but that really bums me out because I was excited to see the guy from Drive write this, like bringing, like what was in Drive to Star Wars with Obi-Wan, with Deborah Chow directing. All of that sounded great to me. And now, like, you bring in a new writer at this point, it's like, so are you completely changing up? And if it was too close to Mandalorian, okay, just think about this too, because if she is a good head of Lucasfilm, if it's too close to Mandalorian, how does she now realize that? How does she not? Why was that not a thing when the fucking idea was pitched?
She probably waited until the whole entire episodes were streamed.
Just don't think she was on set at all, or
yeah,
anything about the film, anything about the scripts. Didn't read it. Didn't know the story direction of either show until like she started. Like, she sat down and just read the Obi-Wan show. Like, now that they're about to start making it. She just read it and was like, "Oh, well, this is really similar to the other thing we just made."
No, I bet she was just like, "All right, oh shit, oh man, it's too late. All right, I think we need to get started on this Obi-Wan stuff. Oh god damn it, this looks familiar." That's what probably happened. She was just like that kid that started doing the assignment too fucking late, and look.
I think that it's too close to the Mandalorian thing is shit. I don't even think that's real, because I mean, you have so many other people that were involved that I feel like would have caught on to that. I mean, Deborah Chow's directing it, so I feel like she's seen both, or like the story and script for both. And I don't know why she would want to direct something that's the same as what she just did. I mean, look at the other stuff too. Look at the stuff with Solo, right, with Phil Lord and Chris Miller. I don't understand that. It's like, I'm personally glad. I don't think they were the right people to make that film. And from the stuff I've heard, the direction they were taking it, I'm glad that they were replaced. But how do you start making a Star Wars film and then realize that it's, oh, this is not working out. This is not the vision and everything. Like, how do you go that far? Why would you not, when in the job interview, when she hired them, why did she not know then that they were not the right fit? Like, why were they hired? Like, what idea did they pitch her that was different than what they ended up, making? I'm really upset about this. Like, it's just, I'm just pissed, honestly. Like, if they end up canceling it, I'm almost, to the point where I'm like done with Star Wars, outside of like Mandalorian, which I'm already like invested in.
No. You're either done or you're not.
I'll watch Mandalorian season 2.
No. You're either done or you're not.
For Jon Favreau.
No, you're either done or you're not. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. It looks like he's ran a route at 19 miles per hour. Man, you're sweating right now. You're that pissed. You're being like taking away Mickey Mouse out of the image.
It's annoying. Like, we've been waiting this long for this show. This show should have been out before the end of this trilogy or this movie, whatever. Like, this is the number one storyline outside of the new trilogy that should have been told. We finally get an announcement in 2019 that it's coming, and now you're telling me we're going to have to wait even longer? Because you just now realized that the scripts were the same as another show that you were making? It makes no sense. No thoughts?
Yeah. I'm just enjoying you like being like this right now. It's just.
And is there like no communication with anyone in Lucasfilm and the story group anymore?
I mean, dude, it's a big studio. At this point, they just see dollar signs, man.
But it's supposed to all be connected. That's what they said when Disney bought Lucasfilm, that everything was connected. Like, all the canon stuff, all the movies, all the shows are all going to be connected. Okay, well, so you're not sharing anything with anybody? Like, so the people that were making Obi-Wan should have known what was going on with Mandalorian, really. So they wouldn't have copied it.
I mean, it was one of the most viewed shows since like, what is it, Stranger Things, right? So like everyone and their mama should have seen that.
I mean, ultimately, I don't think that's true. I don't think it's too similar. Even if it's a vibe with him watching over Luke, I don't think it's. We know that he was watching over Luke for that amount of time. I'm just waiting to honestly at this point with how like stupid they're handling it. I'm just waiting for like them to actually show Darth Maul in this show and like completely
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
And just completely fuck over Rebels. I'm just waiting for it.
Oh, you want to see it in live action though?
Not now. No, I don't. Because they've already done it. Now, should that have been in live action? Probably. But that's why they should have made the Kenobi movie to begin with. But they didn't.
Do you want to know why I want to see live action?
I don't want to see anything that they've already done as far as like a show again. Like, I've already seen it. I don't need to see it again in live action. Plus, it's a different time period too. Like, so you can't show that scene in Obi-Wan because it's not even in the same year that they were doing it, unless you move the show up to a different year than what they've already said.
I just want to see how they're going to shit the bed.
They'll probably they'll have him in it. He won't die because they'll be like, well, he dies in Rebels. And they'll do something like they met again when they're not supposed to and on some other planet. And they'll retcon it and they'll shit the bed, like you said, and it'll be terrible.
And then bringing back Darth Vader in this.
Darth Vader should be in this show. But I don't think that he's going to be. I think that it is going to be Darth Maul. At this point, I don't know what was written so far. I trust Deborah Chow and I trust the guy who wrote Drive, as of right now, but I don't trust Kathleen Kennedy, and I don't think she knows anything about Star Wars anymore. Like, I'm still, very upset over Rise of Skywalker and how that was even a thing. So, especially, also, I guess we'll move on kind of a little bit here to another story I want to throw up is today that they released online some concept art, like official concept art that was made for Colin Trevorrow's Episode 9, Duel of the Fates.
Yeah.
Did you look at any of that?
Yeah, I look a couple, like the Coruscant and the double bladed and everything.
Yeah, it looked really good, didn't it?
Yeah. I wish we got that instead of this piece of shit.
Awesome new lightsaber that she would have had the whole film. Definitely a new outfit for her. Definitely advancing her character, not looking the fucking same that she did in the last 2 movies. Would have been cool seeing with Darth Vader. Really could have used Luke as a Force ghost. Just like we would have seen Coruscant again. We got these demon dogs watching over Coruscant. Like, that concept art and that script was everything that I kind of wanted from this new Star Wars trilogy. And just think about that. The fact that she turned the script down, apparently.
Dang, now you know how Zack Snyder cut fans feel like. Are you gonna make a Kickstarter fund to remake the movie?
No, it's not gonna happen. I mean, it would never happen. I'm honestly very surprised that this stuff is coming out. Like, Disney's letting this concept art, they let the leak of the script, like, they're not doing anything about it to shut it down. I'm surprised.
I think Disney just kind of like, just do whatever you want. It's already dead.
I mean, you're never getting this as a film. Yeah, I mean, you're never getting it. I was gonna say it'd be cool if, like, at some point in the future they made it, but it was like an animated movie or something on Disney Plus to try to please some people. But that's not gonna happen. They're not gonna waste any money on something that they turned down because they didn't think it worked in the first place.
Star Wars, what if?
Now, I think that is possible that could happen, but you're still not getting this idea. They're going to do something else probably where, like, Jar Jar becomes a Sith Lord. I'm sure that'll be, like, one of the what ifs.
I will enjoy the living hell out of that. Man, those have you read those Reddits? Ooh.
Yeah, I've read them.
They're more creative than the movie.
Honestly, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. People on Reddit could have wrote Episode 9. Maybe that was what happened.
Dude, I could have wrote Episode 9 when I'm taking my dunks at the Chipotle bathroom. All right, you could have write your script, like, at the bar. My mom, with her just seeing, like, the 3 movies from the trilogy, she could have write a script. My cat could have write a script. Probably the only piece of dog, like, he would have just typed in is meow. And it still would have been better than Rey Skywalker. Man, it is done, alright? It's fucking done. We're not... It's going to take someone from us 10 years at best for someone to at least fix it.
All I want to see at this point is Ewan McGregor come back as Obi-Wan. And they can't even fucking deliver that.
Oh, man, don't do that, man. The man is going to have a movie by his picks in a few weeks. Don't do this.
Okay. Let's move on to a
he's stressed
better
out
topic
with his
here.
hair. You stressed out when you fix your hair.
Okay. Now we're going to talk about another film that actually, I think it was yesterday it came out. So this movie's officially happening. We knew it was happening regardless. And once again, like different articles are kind of like reporting different things. Because what I read originally was Captain Marvel 2 gets a new writer, which is Megan McDonnell, who wrote WandaVision, which is coming out this year on Disney Plus. So she has been hired to write Captain Marvel 2. The other article I read reported that the directors and writers of the first film, Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck, are not returning for the sequel. They will not even be directing Captain Marvel 2. But apparently they're in talks to make a Disney Plus show, which that's a little weird to me. Like, why would you? I like Captain Marvel a lot. I need to rewatch it again to see how I feel about it at this point. But could it have been a better directed film? I think probably, but I don't think they did a bad job. So I'm kind of surprised that they're not bringing them back. And if you didn't like them enough to bring them back for Captain Marvel 2, why would you bring them for a Disney Plus show? Unless it was them that said, hey, we have this other interest of thing we want to do. I don't know what Disney Plus show that they would be looked at to make.
Lady Hulk, I don't know.
She-Hulk, I don't even think it's that really. I mean, that's one of the ones that's been announced. Maybe they're going to do Moon Knight. I don't know. So apparently they're looking for a new director for the film as well, who they want to be a female director. I don't really know the decision behind replacing them unless they personally didn't want to do it. If it was a Marvel decision, I'm a little confused of why they did that.
$1 million was enough for them, man.
Maybe. So we got a new writer coming on board. The article also said that the sequel will not follow up in the 90s, but instead will be present day Captain Marvel, which I don't know how much, like, if that's true or if that's just people speculating, because I always thought that the sequel would still take place in the past.
Yeah.
Either in the late 90s or early 2000s. And we wouldn't get a present day Captain Marvel again until maybe an A-Force movie. Like, I thought it'd be a cool idea to make an A-Force film, present day, have Captain Marvel lead that, and then also have her trilogy still be based in the past, filling in the time from the first Captain Marvel to when we see her in Endgame. Or actually, Endgame. But maybe they're not going to do that. Maybe this one is going to be present day. Curious to see what happens with that. Do you have any thoughts about it?
I just hope they don't come to Earth. I hope they stay in outer space, to be honest. Unless if the plot calls for her to come back to Earth, then yeah. But I just hope they stay more in space so they can explore that. So they can explore more of that side in the MCU.
You think it's gonna be called Captain Marvel: Secret Invasion?
Nah, it's too obvious.
I don't know.
But yet again, they did
it. It is very obvious, but like if they're going that route, which I think they are, I mean, there's Captain America: Civil War. I mean, that was an iconic comic book title they went with, and but they made it their own version of that. So maybe they could do that with Captain Marvel.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Like, if they do Secret Invasion, it's going to be obvious they're going to do their version of it, which I have no problem at all. Maybe, like, if that next Avengers movie, like the next one, maybe. It's like, maybe with the Fantastic Four. Yeah, okay, I can see it. But they got then with the X-Men and everything. Oh, shit.
And then we go into our next topic, which is also another Marvel topic, and that is the leaks for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So these are going to be like some spoilers. They're all over the internet, so you probably have seen them. But if you haven't, then you might want to turn this off if you don't want to know anything about the show. But the leaks are that there are pictures of Wyatt Russell, who's in the show, playing U.S. Agent John Walker, which is in the comics. There's pictures of him actually dressed up as the new Captain America in the show. Now, this was a surprise to me because I thought they were going to straight up have the Falcon as Captain America in the show. I thought he was just going to be kept the title of the Falcon, but he's going to be dressed as Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Apparently, that's not the case. And this guy is the new Captain America. What are your thoughts?
This shit's about to be good. I don't know. I think they talked something about them touching social issues.
Uh-huh.
So I think that's what I'm excited about because you know how much I like politics and movies, because I can get old people pissed off. But honestly, I don't know. I'm excited about this new fake Captain America that hasn't earned the shield, and especially if it's gonna be the Thunderbolts in this.
Do you think that's his shield?
I think it is his shield. I think probably they're gonna touch. I think they're gonna go back about the Accords and say like, all right, you didn't sign the Accords, so this shield is not your property. This is U.S. government property.
I do think it's going to tie in a little bit. I don't know if it'll be like that tied into Civil War, but I think Secretary Ross is going to be a big part of this phase. I think he's going to be like the Nick Fury of this phase as far as like setting up Dark Avengers or whatever team that he is assembling in the MCU. And I think U.S. Agent John Walker is going to be part of that team with this version of Captain America, as well as, other characters we've named and stuff in the past.
Okay. Remember like how basically no one has been able to replicate the superhero syndrome, right? But only the people that literally come close to it has been Hydra. Now, we don't know if Secretary Ross is part of Hydra or if he was. But what if he's trying to recreate the serum, right? And he gives it to the new Captain America, right? But and what if this guy turns it to the Red Hulk? Because you know how they like to go out of the way of the comics.
You trying to say that John Walker is going to turn into the Red Hulk?
I wouldn't say, Bob. I'll throw in my chip in there. I'll throw like a 1 in there. And just
in the comics, Ross turns into Red Hulk, right?
Yeah, but you know how they like to twist things around.
But think about that too, right? So like the gamma radiation, like the stuff Hulk, like that was a version of the same serum that made Steve Rogers Captain America, right?
Yeah.
So that could really tie in, even if Ross is planning on using that on Walker, maybe he uses it on himself and he becomes Red Hulk.
Yeah.
Like in the comics.
And now, I think there's a rumor that Chris Evans was gonna come back for a few scenes
in the show.
I think, yeah, because I think I looked somewhere that there was a rumor that Chris Evans might come back just to do a few scenes as Old Man Cap.
Yeah, I can see it because just from what we talked about in the last episode with who's coming back for the Black Widow movie. But that's a very interesting thing, the Old Man Cap, because we really don't know a lot about the whole Captain America thing, right? Yeah. It's never really, it still hasn't been fully explained. People have different opinions on that, like the ending of Endgame, the whole thing with him. Where does he go at the end of Endgame? Does he leave again, or does he stay here at that point? Or, as some people think, he's always been here. I don't think that's the case, but
I was about to say something.
Because at home and Far From Home, it's put up that he's dead, but I think that's just because he's Captain America anymore, and he's this old man. They just appear to the world that he's dead. But what is he actually? Did he really die off camera and we don't see it, or is he living somewhere in Sam's spare room or something?
I want to see that TV show now.
He's sleeping in the basement, like
the Big Bang Theory version of like MCU. You're on my spot.
Sam's like
We
changing his bedpan.
Sam will be like, "That's what you're on my spot," and then like Cap will be like, "No, I don't think so. I won't move." I don't know, like I don't know. I'm just gonna throw in my. I'm just gonna go and just fuck it. The agent is gonna probably be the Red Hulk down the line, maybe.
I don't think that's gonna happen, but it's not a bad guess.
And like they're basically gonna do rip-off versions of well, the U.S. Marvel's U.S. government rip-off versions of each character, especially like if that video I showed you about Christian Bale, and maybe.
Is Liv Tyler ever gonna come back to the MCU?
I think I've read like I don't know. I think she was supposed to be in Endgame, but I think they were just kind of like, nah.
It'd be interesting to bring her back at this point, I think.
I mean, didn't you seen those things about them possibly making another Hulk movie?
It's possible. I mean, you have Amy Pascal with her relationship with Marvel, with Feige and Spider-Man. Now you have her at Universal, so there could be some truth to that.
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure she'd be open to do it as long as it fits her schedule. So I know she's doing some TV show right now.
And also, I don't know if we actually seen any pictures, but there's a rumor that Ghost is going to be in this show as well.
Who?
Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh, yeah, you told me that.
So, don't know, but it'd be interesting if she was. Like that's another character I was thinking about the other day that could be in Ross's team, whatever team he assembles.
Yeah, but I think she'd be the one to say, there's something sketchy about this.
Oh, I definitely think so. But also, if you think about it too, if he has he could use leverage on her, or I can cure you, or whatever that he could say, could make her reconsider that team.
It's like, do you think Zemo's going to join the team?
Probably. Okay. But it's also possible that actually Zemo is the main villain of the Falcon and Winter Soldier, like the show, but is actually defeated at the end, and the U.S. John Walker, who is more of a side villain in the show, joins the team.
I'm trying to think of those.
Because, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, Walker is actually a more physical person, right? Like, I don't really know. Zemo's not going to be fighting, at least from what we've seen so far. I don't know about a whole lot of his character in the comics, if he gets any powers or anything. But Walker's actually, a fighter, and the other people that we know probably will join the team with Taskmaster and Florence Pugh's character. They're all like people that could go up against like a team like the Avengers.
What if Core joins the team? Never mind. I'm just going ridiculous at this point. Hey, man. Hey. I'm trying to think of us who could possibly join the team.
We bring Justin Hammer back to help build suits for the team.
I would like that. I would very, very much like
that. But that's really only if Norman Osborn doesn't come into play here.
Oh, yeah, like Norman Osborn, like he just continues whatever they're doing. Yeah, I can see them. And
I want Norman Osborn, but if we don't get Norman Osborn, fuck it. Just bring Justin Hammer back. Make him Iron Patriot. Make him assume the role that was Norman in, the Dark Reign storyline or whatever. Like, just bring Justin Hammer back. Give me something good here. Give me
one.
If I can't get Norman Osborn, give me Sam Rockwell in here.
Matt, this is gonna be Sam Rockwell in the fucking Iron Man suit. 1 step, 2 step, twist. Oh shit. I'm sorry, that's my favorite one.
People,
I'm really laughing, man.
I don't know why everyone hates Iron Man 2. Like, it's not that bad. It's.
I mean, I
got some
watched
really
it.
great moments in that.
Yeah, I watched it like during the lead up to the game. I was like, I mean, it's not my favorite up there, but I was like, Sam Rockwell makes the movie for me.
It really does. It really does.
Because I was just like, whenever watching the scenes, I was like, hey, come back to him. Go back to him.
So that's really all we've got for you guys. I did want to throw out one little thing I had written down. It's not much of a story because I don't know much about it. But James Mangold and Matt Damon are teaming up for their next film together. It's going to be called. Well, actually, I'm not sure what it's going to be called. I think it's The Force, maybe. I think that's the title. And it's a thriller about the NYPD, where Matt Damon's playing a cop. Very excited for it.
You know about DiCaprio and De Niro doing a movie with Scorsese?
Yeah. 20. Yeah, we're gonna get that next year, and the Damien Chazelle Brad Pitt movie, Babylon.
It's gonna be a good time.
Maybe we'll get this movie too, The Force, in 2021. If so, like that is gonna be a fucking killer year of film.
I mean, I like Matt Damon, so I'll be excited.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he did a really good job in Ford versus Ferrari with James Mangold. Probably one of my favorite performances of his career. So him teaming up with Mangold, and Mangold made Copland. Have you watched that? Copland, his movie, came out in 1997 with Sylvester Stallone as the lead. Scott De Niro in it too. Very underrated film. It's one of Mangold's early films. Definitely check it out, guys. It's really good. But yeah, so I think that's all I have, unless you have any other breaking stories that you want to talk about.
Mostly sports, but no.
All right. Well, that's our episode. We'll see you guys next time.